Hi everybody, I'm Trin Johnson, and welcome to Dust in My Eye.
The sun is shining and the wind is whipping, and I am very distracted by all the pretty little rocks on the beach. Just look at those waves. Nice bright blue sunny skies. Just crazy. I think I have to paint me some waves today.
So these are all the little pretties that I got down on the beach. First off, I have this really cool fossil. There's even a little one on the back too. And let's see, this is another fossil. You can see his little scallop there. And this one is fossil too, and you can see all the different little shiny bits in there. I think if I turn it a little bit, you can see it reflect. And this little guy's a fossil, just a little bitty. There's a little bit on there too. And then I have some just because they're pretty and sparkly and thin. I like thin ones because I can make jewelry out of them. This one also is nice and thin and a little bit sparkly. That side's not as exciting. I think that's really pretty. I really like the little red mark in this guy. Not really sparkly, just kind of cool. Let's see, then there's this guy that is, well, kind of speaks for himself. He's just got nice, pretty stripies on this side. There is a little bit of sparkle in there too. And then this guy I think looks like a penguin with his little beak and his little tail. And this one I think looks like a little birdie. So that's why I picked those up. And then the other day, my husband and I took a walk on the beach, and these are all the things we got from the walk on the beach. I have another stone shaped like a footprint at home, so I thought that would be kind of fun. This one you can always put a little pearl or something interesting in there. This was just, again, kind of cool and very light. This one has a really neat fossil in it. I have a really cool fossil at home that's like a bird's claw that's coming down all these different sides of the rock. This is in that same kind of pattern. This one I just thought was fun because he was polka dotted. Might make a nice paintbrush rest now that I look at him. Rest a paintbrush across there. I don't know if you can see that. Like that. That's kind of cool, actually. I love the ones like this. I know they're probably got a very specific name, that they have these lines of sparkly stuff in them. Very interesting. Look at this one. Just so cool. Yeah, I walk looking down most of the time. That has just got some interesting marks. I haven't really figured out what it says to me. Kind of like Beanie and Cecil beanie cap. I don't know. Anyway, this one's got little sparklies in it. This, again, was just cool color and lightweight. This one's got some fossils in there, again. Another just interesting shape. Pretty things on it. I think my husband liked this. It's just pretty colors. And this one, too. And a couple pieces of beach glass. Did I do this one? Might not have. It's just full of interesting little guys. Anyway, It's addictive. What can I say? So I will add these to my rocks and we'll get painting. So we're going to paint a wave. So that was a short from the other day. I'm just going to cover it to protect it. And we are going to paint a wave. I'll put the picture up if I can make it work right. And you can see what I'm painting because I cannot paint down there. It is windy as all get out, and as you can tell by the audio, so I wasn't getting involved in that. But I'm going to go ahead and paint from this photo that I took this morning, or this afternoon, very recently. Going for a multimedia thing here. I'm not going to worry about using a little gouache, some pencil, just trying to get the impression of that crazy wave. Trying to make my sprayer spray, and it's running out of water. There we go. I think I'm going to use those colors, but I am going to use a Derwent watercolor pencil to sketch in my little bit that I'm sketching in. Just a little marker where I want things to be. Okay, that's pretty much it, I think. You know what, I might give myself a little bit of guideline for the waves. But I'm probably going to cover it up, so it's hard to say. But let's try. Okay. Now what's definitely required is a paintbrush. I am painting this up in our cottage in Ontario along Lake Huron, which is what I was filming. So I don't have all my things at the ready, shall we say. I have to work a little bit more and think a little bit harder to get to the stuff that I normally would just have ready and waiting. I want that bright blue sky. This paper likes to curve up when it's not clamped. Probably should get a clamp on it. Just going to have to move it around a little bit as I go from different parts of the painting. Go to different parts of the painting, I should say. But anyway, I want this a nice bright blue, because that's what I see out my window right now. I don't think it showed up as bright blue in the photo as it really is in person. And this will fade, so I don't want to take it too pale to begin with. But I do want to lift some clouds out of it. Because even though there's no clouds necessarily in this photo, there were definitely pretty wispy blue clouds. And I'm just using the photo as a guide. I don't really, I'm trying to paint a feeling that I had more than paint a reference photo. There's a little fuzzle in there, but I will get him later. I'm trying to be resistant to pulling it out of there right now. Resistance is not futile, I hope. And now I want to add a little turquoise to the mix. I do like using my sky color in my water. I just find that that is how I get things cohesive. I'm going to add a little sap green also, because not only can I see my reference photo, but I can look right out the window here and see what color that water is. Not quite gonna lift like my clouds did. More staining. I just wet my tissue a little bit. And I have it folded really into just a little thin flat surface so that I can get some skinny little pieces, little spots. Now, I want to darken this a little bit, my mixture. What I hope is indigo, but it might be Payne's Gray. Not really sure. And if you see under the waves, the reason they look white is there's a shadow often in front of them that they're playing, whereas as the wave curls over it, also up in the horizon line, at the horizon line, it gets very dark. Now, I don't really want a solid line there, so I'm going to blend it a little bit. With a wash of the same paint. That's close enough. Now, the other thing I've noticed in all my years of painting this beach is the sand has got a purplish cast to it where it's wet from the waves washing up on it. So I'm going to try and get that in. There's some spots that are a little lighter. So we'll do some lifting. Okay, let's move to our sand. I find sand is a brown with a lot of pink in it, a little bit of a reddish tone. A little more brown in my mix. At least the sand on this beach is like that. I guess I cannot speak for other beaches. See what I'm doing here. There we go. I am okay with my beach going over my purple. Because there's a darker area at the edge. Blend it a little bit. Brown to it. With a smaller brush, now it's pretty wet, so these are mostly going to just disappear. Come on. But it will still give some texture to the sand. Other thing I want to do is just some drops of water. That could give you kind of a footprint kind of going on like there is on the beach. that's trying, I am going to get some of the foam going. Work on that a little bit. Go back to my lighter greeny, bluey mixture that wasn't so influenced by indigo. A little lighter. I don't want to worry about it too much. I don't want to get into too picky-uni details. Little dry brush. Okay. Okay, now I really want it to dry so I can get some highlights in there. So I think I'm going to step away from it for a minute and let it dry. Okay, so I have a little white gouache that I have added a little bit of water to. And I just want to add a little bit of highlights in a couple places. Part of what was interesting about today is there were so many white caps off in the water. Oh, got more than I wanted that time. Now this will not stay as opaque as it looks right now. There will be some bleed through of the color underneath. That has just been my experience with gouache. I could use it really, really thick, and that would cut back on that, but I don't really want to do that yet at this point. I might throw some thicker on later at the end here. Just gonna go back to my green a little bit. All right. Need a little dark for the pebbles along that area. Along the sand. And that gives it a little bit of contrast, which is, otherwise there's not much going on here. There's a little bit of twigs in the front. I'm going to do that a little bit, and then I am going to call it quits. So let's just get some of these twigs in here. Again, just because it gives a little bit of interest into the front, because I've got a pretty big expanse of beach here, and I think it needs some contrast over here, so we'll just do a little bit of that. that dry, and then I might add a little bit of pencil and then be done. Okay, I think it's pretty decently dry. It dried pretty quick. So I'm just going to come in here with my watercolor pencil. Dipping it in water. I don't know why there is a little bit of pink on it. I don't really want that. Just trying to lay down some thicker white. I don't know why it's got pink on it. It might be from the pencil sharpener from a previous pencil. So let me go back to my gouache here and just use it a little bit thicker. I just want some large areas of white. Try and get that really to stand out. There we go. All right, I think I'm gonna call it quits. Really, I am. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please hit the like button. Feel free to comment. That's always great. I love interacting with people. And if you want to be notified, hit the cute little bell. And if you would like to see more of my videos, hit the subscribe button, which I think you need to do in order to be notified. And if you would like to, please check out my Etsy shop where I have prints of my artwork along with some cute little monsters and some other fun things for sale. Until next time, thank you so much for watching.